I don't think you guys realize how hard this is, not having a second person to help you out with all of this. But anyways, that's how it is in the solo shooter life. So we're gonna get into this video. I'm gonna tell you guys I think in my opinion, the best wedding starter kit for 2022. It's gonna save you thousands of dollars and your stuff's still gonna look probably better than most people if you know how to use this gear I'm talking about. So with that being said, I think the two cameras that you definitely need is a Canon 5D Mark II. You might be thinking, Brett, that camera's like 15 years old. Ain't no way anyone's still using those. They're probably not still using those, but if we were able to use them in 2008 and still create some stunning cinematography, why can't we do that in 2022? It's actually probably more beneficial to use those today because we have more knowledge, especially with lenses and light. So with that being said, 5D Mark II on eBay, I've seen go little as $300. So you can have two really nice 1080p for $600 right there on eBay. Canon 5D Mark II. Now, to supplement the 5D Mark II, you only need 3 lenses. And those 3 lenses are actually right here. I'm filming this video on a 5D Mark II in 1080 24p. The 3 lenses that I think are a definite must for especially new people or solo shooters is the 70-200 2.8 version 1. This is anywhere between $400 to $700 on eBay. You want to have 2 of these. I still use the version 1 today. They're tanks. I've dropped these things on concrete, freaked out. They still work beautiful. The other lens that you need, the Canon 50 1.8, extremely cheap. I've seen these go for 25 bucks on eBay. Guy down the road on Craigslist sold it for 40 bucks. I don't use the 1.8 anymore because I have a Zeiss 1.4 and the Canon 50 1.2, but I'm a Zeiss guy at heart, so I probably don't even use my Canon 50 that much either. But these 3 lenses right here are very cheap and very beneficial. Now the 50, you're gonna use this for your preps, portraits, and some creative shots with dancing. You don't necessarily need to use this for the ceremony at all, especially if you have 2 cameras. So the lenses that you use for the ceremony and the wedding speeches are these guys, the 70-200 2.8 again. These are going to be great for your vow shots and your speeches shot, and even the first dance. I like to set one of these up, get kind of tight, maybe shoot through some flowers or some candles for that quote bokeh or whatever that stupid word is. I just call it foreground, blurry background, or make it cool looking. That is how you get those kind of shots shooting this zoomed all the way in, again at 2.8. Now the 5D Mark II, like I said, is a very old ancient camera, so it's pretty much manual focus, no IBIS, none of that stuff. But you can get lenses that have IBIS built in. If you don't know what IBIS is, it's the image stabilization built in the lens, which is gonna kind of help you if you go handheld. But hand holding is for amateurs and it's stupid looking, so we don't ever want to be one of those video people that are walking around handheld. Just don't do that, it's ugly. So you've got your cameras, you've got your lenses. Now you need to have 2 tripods and a monopod. It's very beneficial, as I said in my video prior, that you want to have your tripods and your monopods to all take the same camera plate. This is going to save you so much time, because as you can see here on these 70-200s, I've already got my base plate on here. So when I get to the wedding ceremony, again, like I said, I set these up on my tripod with the plate. They're good to go. I get from my preps to my ceremony, my stuff's already set up for me. It's like I have a second shooter, but I don't. So that's why you want to have all of your plates be universal. So when it comes time to taking things down and putting them on something new, you don't have to change out plates and get that stupid tool out or having to have a quarter on you all day to put that plate on there. Because there have been times where I didn't have the same tripod and I've had to ask a guest, can I borrow your keys or a quarter to put a new plate on my tripod? I still make those mistakes. Hopefully you guys won't as well. You want to have 2 tripods for your ceremony and 2 tripods for your speeches. Whoever is talking on camera, you want that shot to be established and still with your proper composition and not moving. You don't want to be one of them video people that have a gimbal and their footage looks like this the entire time. Stay away from that look. It's disgusting. You want to be sexy, cinematic, and polished. Now, if you don't have a Zoom recorder, this is more obviously for sound, you can get 3 of these babies. I don't know the model number. I know they're Tascams like DL10R or something. I'll put all the links for everything I'm talking about in the description below. But if you can get 3 of these, you put one on your bride, you put one on your groom, you put one on your officiant. Your ceremony's audio is going to be beautiful. Now, as far as wedding toast, I've worked with a lot of DJs who either don't know really what they're doing and won't allow me to plug in to their board. So I put one of these on everyone that gives a speech as well. Now, there has been times at weddings when like 8 people want to get up and talk. You simply just take this off the person that's leaving the dance floor and place it on the next person coming up. But you want to have at least 3 of these for, like I said, your bride, your groom, and your officiant. Now, I will make a video later on in the future regarding how to get the best sound quality from the wedding. And we don't really use these, but I still use these for every wedding because, again, you never know what DJ or band you're going to work with. And do not get me started on wedding bands. They can be extremely difficult and challenging when it comes to creating, obviously, what we do with these films, because you need to have audio. You can have a very basic shot wedding, but if you got really nice audio, you're gonna win every single time. You don't need to have gimbals, you don't need to have drones, you don't need to have sliders. Everything that I just mentioned right now, I can guarantee it. You can get your wedding featured nationally. You can get your bride to absolutely love it. You can say, this is by far the best investment that I had on my wedding day, and you're using gear that is obviously used and 15 years old. Another cheaper route is if you couldn't buy all this stuff, you can go to websites and buy things. Now, I'm not sponsored by this company that I'm going to announce, because this is by far the best company for renting things. It's lensrentals.com. These people are legit. I'm talking very, very budget friendly, and customer service is legit. You got a question, you got a certain look you want, their techs are going to steer you in the right direction, and it's very budget friendly. So I'll put a link to lensrentals.com below. Again, they don't even know who I am. They might, because I rent a lot of stuff from them, but they're not paying me to do this at all. I promise you, that's just my company to go to if I want to try out some new things. So to sum this up, you want 2 5D Mark IIs, you want 2 70-200s 2.8 version 1, you want the Canon 50 1.8, you want to have 2 tripods and a monopod, typically universal, so your plates will go in and out very easy for any that you're using, and you want to have 3 of these Tascam something DL10-4s. I don't know what they're called, they're along those lines. And everyone that speaks, you want to make sure that they're on this. What's great about this is I'm recording 2 levels, one higher and one lower. So if I'm peaking, I have a backup. Absolutely beautiful thinking and technology. I've been using these for years now, and you want to have this on the bride, the groom, and the officiant. No drones, no gimbals, no sliders, just the bare essentials that I promise you are going to take your work to the next level if you know how to use it in what you're doing. But again, that's where I come in. I'm going to talk about later on how to use all this stuff. Best piece of advice I can give people is your camera lens sees rooms and lighting completely different from your eye. Once you can go into a room and realize what your lens is going to see, I promise you, you can get away with anything. So as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I forgot to tell you that I'm going to be probably putting B-roll in this video to supplement what I'm talking about with Canon 5D Mark II and the exact lenses that I'm talking about. I'll put subtitles and all that for you guys to really get an idea of what I'm talking about. So thanks for watching. We got another video coming out next week. Thanks.